in a world where you find yourself walking into the gym with absolutely no game plan for the 5th day in a row, so you end up doing the same bicep curls over and over and over again, while also daydreaming about Matt Diabella's massive arms. And then you think to yourself, well, I haven't watched his new video yet. So you pull out your phone and you open up the YouTube app to watch him minimalize something. And then before you know it, and because you have no self-control or shame, you decide that now is an appropriate time to start watching the latest Huberman Lab episode at 0.5 speed. Why? Not important. And so the point here is that you came in with the intention to work out, but then who knows? Maybe you got bored, you didn't feel challenged, maybe you got lost in the downtime in between sets, or maybe you gave up simply because, well, you had no freaking clue where to begin. And so no matter how athletically inclined you are or aren't, even the very best of fitness intentions can fall apart without a well-organized plan, which is where the Future app comes in. What's up, friends? And welcome back to my channel. So in this video, you guessed it, we are diving head first, maybe feet second, into Future, this trendy new personal training / fitness app that I just cannot stop blabbing about to pretty much anybody who will listen because, well, it has completely changed the way I work out, and in a remarkably short amount of time. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Well, we need another fitness app like Peloton needs another Chris Noth commercial. Too soon? But here's the thing. Future isn't just another algorithmic-based, one-size-fits-all kind of app like Fitbod or your Sworkits of the world. And it doesn't call for a fancy mirror or an overpriced punching bag, or really any equipment for that matter. All it requires is just one thing, that you show up and you let your coach take care of the rest. And so in this video, I'm gonna explain everything you could possibly wanna know, maybe a little bit more, before getting started, including how the Future app actually works and what you can expect in terms of coaching. I'll then introduce you to my amazing coach, Adrienne. Shout out, Adrienne. And I'm gonna demo some of the custom workouts that she's actually made for me. And then finally, we're gonna wrap things up with a nice little bow at the end by looking at price, pros and cons. And here's a special bonus. I'm actually giving away 5 guest passes so you can try out a full month of Future for free. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more, you can check out all of that information and the giveaway link in the description below. And one last thing before we get started, because I do love you guys, my Android folks. So right now, unfortunately, Future is only available on the iPhone and in the US, at least at the time of this recording, but it's not gonna be the case forever. So definitely stay tuned for some updates on this. So with all that said, let's now finally kick things off with a quick overview of Future and how it actually works. So think of Future kind of like this perfect mashup between fitness apps and personal training, in that you will get a real human coach. This is Adrienne. She's real. I've met her, not in person, but virtually, who you can chat with pretty much anytime, anywhere via the app. You're also gonna get custom guided workouts, which are gonna be designed for you and your needs and around your schedule. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. You're also gonna get data-driven insights. Hello, Apple Watch integration. Oh, and let's not forget this sweet-ass water bottle that comes in the welcome kit you receive after signing up. And so here's a quick breakdown of how it all works. So pretty simple. Step 1, you just download the app and select your coach. I will say it is kind of a massive list of like 200-ish certified personal trainers, but don't worry, there is a 5-minute quiz that will help you narrow everything down. And you also have the option to switch your coach at any time, or you can just go with my coach, Adrienne, because she's the best. Then step 2 is you'll get invited to a quick meet and greet video call with your coach, which is really a great opportunity to kind of get to know each other and, if there's time, maybe discuss your future. Get it? I know. Anyway, this is actually where you're going to talk about all things like your schedule, equipment, fitness goals, and so forth. Now from there, that's it. That's all you got to do, because your coach will then create your custom training plan. And these are going to include these future guided workouts that drop weekly on Sundays, and they also change from week to week, so you will not get bored, hopefully. Which brings us to step 3, and the part of the video that I am already regretting putting on the internet for the world to see, and that is me working out. No, me attempting to work out. It's Friday, it's been a long week, I'm a little tired, but what I usually like to do is I like to take a look at kind of my preview. It says what my equipment is, dumbbell is needed today, and then usually I like to just kind of scroll through and get a sense of what's coming down the pike today. So yeah, I'm gonna get a mat, I'm gonna get my dumbbells ready. Let's fucking rock and roll.
Kick for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Kick for my wins, I need my ends.
I want to show you guys something super important about this app, because it's unfortunate I don't have Adrienne here 24/7 by my side to do my micro adjustments. However, I do have an iPhone, and it's almost the same thing, because I can send her a video of some of the moves that I literally don't think I've ever done before in my life, and I still don't think my body quite understands how they work. Alrighties, so here's my thing I'm gonna do the hip thrust on. That's fun. And then I've got my iPhone, also hashtag not sponsored. Okay, cool. So let's position this nicely. This is probably the hardest part. I don't know why I'm shouting. It's really unnecessary. You know what? I could probably just turn the camera around like this. We're gonna just make this work. Got 4K, got a selfie video recording. Oh my God, this is amazing. All right, cool. Adrienne! I am recording me recording myself. That is meta. I wanted to get your thoughts on my hip thrust move. Hopefully you can see my thrusting. That sounded weird. The way the lady did it in the video, gosh, what am I doing wrong? Maybe that's better. Okay. And then it's probably easier on my right. Yeah, because I got a little bit more muscle probably on that side. Should probably check that. All right, so I'm going to press. This is kind of an awful face right there, but you know what? It's my face, and there's nothing I can do about it. Hey, Kona, you know what? I'm filming. Would you mind just piping it down a little bit? Cool, thanks. My gosh, dogs these days, right? So privileged. Anyway, gonna send that. I'm not watching that over again because no one really needs to watch it, I guess, except for Adrienne. Sorry, Adrienne. So coming back to the app, and we have to talk about this Apple Watch feature because it is really in a league of its own. So once you start a workout on the app, you can pretty much ditch your phone and control everything else straight from the watch, making it super easy to adjust your weights and even switch between sets. And so at the end of the workout, both you and your coach will get this fancy little report that shows you the number of calories burned, the heart rate zones that you hit, and your average BPM. And it is just a great way to basically track your fitness progress, your goals over time. Plus, the app lets you choose what kind of music you want to listen to during the workout, so you can choose from one of their playlists, or you can even queue up your own. And each exercise does come with some very thorough audio and visual cues that are really designed to help you maintain correct posture and form. So one of the things I actually really like is at the end of the workout, I can rate my workout, which today wasn't too bad. I'd say it's a moderate, solid. And then I leave a comment, usually just kind of letting her know how the workout was, if it was too intense, what my weights were. And then, let's see. Oh, for this one, like alternating dumbbell rows, I am going to say that the weights I used was 100 pounds. It was 12. I sometimes like to take a photo. I can show her that I'm filming. Let's see if we can do a
So you guys are going to be in this photo, by the way, just so you know. I mean, she's not going to see you. That would be weird. So what would have normally been a 26-minute workout for, the average person turns into like a 45 one for me, just because there's a lot going on in my head and I just have to get it all out. Okay, cool. So I sent my feedback and that's it. That's all we got, folks.
So now that we've covered the basics of how the app works and what the workouts might look like, let's move on to one of the most important factors that I think makes Future so successful, and that is accountability. Now, I'm not tooting my own horn here, but I have yet to miss a single one of my workouts since I joined. And it's certainly not because of willpower, I can assure you that. The reason I choose to show up week after week is because I've made it a habit. And so even on the days when I am not feeling my best, don't look cute, don't want to put on any clothes at all, I still show up. That is something I have a lot to thank Adrienne for. Probably wouldn't have done it if it hadn't been for her, but there's an accountability partner here. She's always checking in on how I'm feeling throughout the week. She'll send a follow-up note after every single workout. And that, my friends, is something you just don't get with a lot of the other fitness apps out there. Not to mention, Adrienne is just an amazing human, pretty much all around.
The thing that I think about Future is so unique and makes me so passionate about it is the more that someone engages, like the more a client engages with me and vice versa, and the more that we share and build a relationship, the more I become less of an app.
And in full transparency, my ultimate goal for even starting a new fitness routine was really to just help me feel better, both mentally and physically, especially around my menstrual cycle. Now, I will probably address this in a future episode. I'm not gonna bore you with all the details now, but for a little quick context, yes, I've been dealing with some pretty debilitating PMS stuff, some pain, mood swings. It's gone on for far too long. I'm ashamed to admit, probably over a year. And I did try a lot of things to fix it. I did the diets, I did the supplements, got sunlight, sauna, red light, all the lights. I did everything but change up my exercise routine because, I'm a little stubborn about running and I didn't want to give it up, even though I kind of knew that it just wasn't serving me right now. But then, as what happens to a lot of us, we hit a low point and, well, I joined this gym out of desperation to just kind of fix my cycle, except I got here and I had no clue what to do. So, of course, initially I thought about hiring a personal trainer because that's what people do, right? But oh my God, that gets so expensive. I mean, most trainers are charging like $60 to $80 an hour on average. So given 3 workouts a week, you're looking at like $1,000 extra a month, plus the added factor, of course, of working around your trainer's schedule and their location. And so that just makes it a little bit more messy, a little less convenient, especially if you're traveling. So instead I thought, well, maybe I'll just download one of those generic fitness apps again, like Fitbod or Sweat. But I know my track record with those things. I get really excited at first, but then I end up doing the same pre-recorded routines week after week until I get so bored that I just quit the app altogether. That's why I'm here. And so it was right around this time, I actually stumbled on the Future app by accident. I mean, it did have a very sexy ad in the App Store, so good job there. But I clicked on it, I figured, what the heck, it's worth a try. Fast forward 3 months later, and you might say that I'm a bit of a fan. Now, I feel so much stronger, I feel mentally sharper, but the most important outcome is that my cycle is finally manageable again. I mean, it only took like a year, but as they say, better late than never, eh? That was kind of a pregnancy joke, but we're not gonna go there, are we? Let's switch gears now, very quickly, and talk about the pros and cons of the Future app. So on the plus side, this app just really nailed it for me when it comes to simplicity and design. They do a great job with this built-in chat feature where you can send a quick message to your coach pretty much anytime. And I also love the feedback survey that you get after every single workout, because then your coach knows exactly what's working,
and when it's time to change things up. Another great thing is that all of your workouts are so easy to find in the app. You don't have to download or prepare anything ahead of time. And I've actually never had any issues with lag time, which is great. Plus, that Apple Watch integration, pure gold. And a quick side note, at the time of this recording, Future will actually lend you an Apple Watch for a deposit fee if you don't have one. Now, I think this is a fantastic perk. I mean, I already had my Apple Watch, but if I didn't, that would have been great. I'm not sure how much longer it's gonna be around, especially if they expand out to Androids, but I figured I would just mention it to anybody out there right now. Cool. And finally, let's talk about workout flexibility. Not about actually getting flexible, but just the flexibility of your future coach working around you and your schedule and the type of equipment that you can or want to use. So let's say you're traveling. Well, you just add your dates into the calendar, and then your coach will actually modify this weekly routine straight on the app. And I will mention that body weight exercises, these are always an option, guys, even if you don't have access to a gym, which really makes Future have a very wide appeal. On to the downsides. As I mentioned earlier, Future right now, only available on the iPhone, only available in the US. You do need an Apple Watch, kind of a bummer, but such is life. And then when it comes to adjustments, yes, you can record your form and you will get verbal feedback from your coach. And I gotta say, it is probably not the same as being in the same room as a personal trainer. For me, probably a lot of you, I think it's probably fine, but you guys know your body best. So if you're recovering from something and you want extra physical support, I would say maybe consider in-person training first, or you can just reach out to the Future support team and see if it's the right fit. And then definitely ask them if there's a coach that you think would actually meet your needs. Now, I think Adrian is probably great for everyone, but you guys know I'm already 100% biased. Turning now to price, and this might be a first for me, at least very rare, but I do think that Future could actually charge a lot more for the type of service, this one-on-one coaching that they provide. I mean, right now it's $149 a month, plus 50% off your first 3 months using my discount code below, which is still so much cheaper than what you're gonna actually pay for in-person training. But I would easily pay double that just for the sheer fact that I have gotten so much value from this Future app so far. I mean, not only has it saved me a ton of time, since these workouts are pretty damn efficient and require zero prep work on my end, but more than that, I've got to say that this service, and in particular my coach, it's really helped me overcome some pretty big health challenges these past few months. And I don't say that lightly. And it's even hard to talk about putting a price tag on just how much better I feel, both physically and mentally, than I did before starting Future. So for me, it's priceless, but if this is something that you're interested in, and say you're the type of person who is struggling with a health issue like hormones, or you're trying to maintain a consistent fitness routine, but it's just not working for you, or you also know that you need to switch things up because you keep doing the same thing over and over again, then I would definitely encourage you guys to check it out. And I will link everything that you need to know to get started in the description below. And as I mentioned at the beginning, Future was gracious enough to give away 5 guest passes for this audience. So you guys can check it out for a full month for free. So if you would like to enter this giveaway, simply fill out the form below, and then you'll get a little email from yours truly if you win. And I'm happy to lend my support, and you guys can ask me any questions, leave a comment below. Anything you want to know about the app that I didn't cover. But until then, I thank you so much for watching as I bared my soul and I did some squats, probably not well, but you know what? This is life, and this is what we do here on Katie Type A, the YouTube channel. Please share this with a friend if you found it interesting, or if you have an Android and they have an iPhone. I'm probably gonna just leave now. Until next time, I cannot wait to catch you on the next one.